Let me share my screen.
Okay.
You can see my screen, right?
Yes.
So I'm creating a activity. Okay. What is a task list, right?
Okay.
I can select any group or a specific group.
You will have to select either a task list type and group is already exist. See, when you are creating a new task list,
Where is that
then
type? Yeah, that type task list type. I do not see type. I can just see group. I'm on create general task list screen.
okay. So
You
when
can
you
see
are
my
in a
screen.
general task list screen, yes, yes.
Mhm.
When you are in a general task list screen, you can create only general task list.
Mm.
Okay. So there is
Or
a
an
different T code
equipment
for
specific?
there is a different T code for that.
Oh, it's a different T code for equipment specific. What is
1 minute. I think it is A01.
A01? Oh, so this is for general, okay. But anyway, what I should select which group? You said like you select on.
1 minute. When you need to create a new task list, then you should not be selecting any group. System will give you a new group number. If you want to add a new group counter to any
Hmm.
existing task list, then only
Correct.
you should be adding a group. Okay.
Okay. So suppose I'm adding a new group. So what should I do now?
Just press enter.
Okay. Okay. I got it. Because I was not able to do that. Okay.
No worries.
So 49 is created. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you practice, then only you will get errors.
Okay. And you said there is a T code for this equipment specific, right? Because that is what
Yes.
my target was. IA01.
Yes, correct. That is IA01.
I'll do that. Thank you.
When you are running any transaction for the first time in your system, then system used to compile those transactions for any functionality which is being compiled for the very first time for every ID. Okay, now we will start with work orders. If one has any question over the notifications or anything.
Nothing as of now.
So whenever we need any kind of cost in the system or cost in need to report all those costs in the orders, then we used to create work orders in the maintenance. Okay. In the notification, the problem is we cannot have those costs. From the notification, you can itself create a service order, a work order. Okay. Why is it not meant? All the data and details are mentioned and maintained there, then it will automatically take into the picture and then you can create a work order. This we have seen defined in the configuration. However, if you want, you can change things. PM01, PM02, and PM03. These are the main order types which are being used in these systems for working. The specific cause is related to the control key. Today we will also discuss about the control key. So this is a warning message that this is not a work day. So there is a national holiday somewhere. That's why it is maintained in the calendar. So now we have the order created.
What are the three types? Like you told three of them, right?
PM01,
What are
yes,
those?
PM01, PM02, PM03. Those are dependent on the control key. We will discuss control key. The basic difference behind PM01, PM02, and PM03 is when we are working with PM01, okay, then at that time we are working with internal labor. This is the control key. And when we are using PM01 as a control key, at that time we are working with internal labor. Hence, whatever the cost which we are going to incur here, those will be the internal labors or the internal technicians. Okay.
Yeah.
When you have something, you have someone, you have to call someone from outside who is not on your own payroll. Okay. Then at that moment, what you do is you will be using PM02 key. It is not mandatory. It is not mandatory that PM01 and PM02 cannot be used in PM01 order type. In PM01 order type, you can also use PM02 key. That is just to differentiate among the various orders. Like if you want to differentiate for all the PM02 orders to be in a different control key, is all the PM02 control keys in a different order type, then you can simply redefine a PM02 order type.
I was asking, so you are telling about control key, right? I was asking about order types. So you said PM01, PM02. Is it like corrective maintenance, preventive maintenance, that difference, or is it the labor, internal, external, contractual, that part?
Let me go step by step. See, PM01 here is maintenance order, PM02 here is again maintenance order. And what I am trying to explain is if you provide details in the order just to differentiate. Okay, let me answer your question first. PM01 as per standard SAP systems This is known as corrective maintenance. PM02 is known as breakdown maintenance, and so on. There is no major difference. There is no major difference in the order type and the working of the order. Only thing is, only difference with both the order types is in the order you will get a breakdown indicator. If you check this breakdown indicator, then it is a breakdown. Okay. The both things can be done in PM01 order as well, in PM02 order as well. Okay. The difference here is the form of reporting. Based on the organization, if your organization want all the order types to be it corrective or be it uh, breakdown. If all the order types to be with PM01, then they can be created with PM01. Then the differentiation indicator at the time of reporting will be this breakdown indicator. Okay, on to the reports. So there is nothing in common, or there is nothing. It's like PM01 will be there. However, for all the organizations, they are not going to use PM01, PM02, anything. They will create their own order types, which will either start from X, Y, or Z. Okay, just should be ZM01, ZA02, or any naming convention will be there. All the organizations has a practice to use customized order types. All the organizations, be it the complete copy of existing order type, PM01 order type, it could be a complete copy of PM01, but they usually do not use existing PM01. They will create their own order type for use. Okay.
Okay.
So the basic difference among the order types comes for the use of the control key and come for the use of this breakdown indicator. So why we use these breakdown indicator in the current today we will be completing corrective maintenance and breakdown maintenance both, because the difference among both the things is just this breakdown indicator check. Okay, and then we will be going on practice for both the orders and rest of the things we will be doing today. So in this breakdown indicator, they are trying to means planner is trying to inform that machine was completely broken down. Okay. In such kind of event, the order priority could be very high or could be high. Okay. Different kind of priorities designed for the correction and repairs of these machineries. The basic funda behind the breakdown is to identify MCDJ reports and MCJB report. Those are the mean time to repair and mean time between failure. Those reports will get activated in our system when we click on
Sorry,
this
what's the
breakdown.
report name? Sorry.
I will give you the report name.
CJB.
1 minute. CJB is the transaction for equipment and CJC is for functional location. This is for functional location. Okay.
Okay.
So the basic funda behind these report activation is to identify which machine has been, how many machines in your organization, or which machine has been onto the breakdown, and what is the duration for the breakdown, and how much time has the repair taken to make the machine live working again. So the dates are going to play a major role here in these cases. When the malfunction is start, so this date is as important. User has to enter these dates when the problem arises, when the machine broke down. This needs to be entered at the time of closure of the order, when the malfunction was completed, or when the report has been, or when the machine has been corrected. Okay. Based on that, the breakdown duration will be calculated. Okay. So these dates and details have been calculated in here. The basic fundamental behind both the things is for the reporting. Basic thing is among both the things is the reporting. If you want to see the details of all the corrective orders, you can have PM order defined only for the corrective indicator, corrective checks, and all the order types for the PM01 will be created based on the correction for all the correction orders. If you define PM02 type orders, PM02 orders for the breakdowns, then they will completely show you the breakdown details for all the things. The funda behind the reports for these things are IW38 for changing, IW39 is for display. You can have all the orders displayed for order type. 1 minute, let me save this. Then we will go to the reports. Suppose how the things work here, like business want to see how many corrective orders are there in our system, which requires analysis. Okay. So if they can mention a plant as well, they can see that these number of orders are still pending in our system for working, and all of them can be classified as PM01. And if it was a basic terminology in the business, then they can be considered as corrective. And if there was a breakdown, that is not available here. Function is also not, so I think the validation check is not available in the system for the check is not available for filter. In such a case, you can create corrective orders with PM01, all those corrective orders in PM01, and all those other orders which are considered as a breakdown, those will be added in a different order type, comparatively all the different order types, PM02 order type. So the processing of the orders will be completely same for both the things. However, for the business, there could be few scenarios, like if there was a breakdown, and for the breakdowns, they have to handle different kind of SLAs. So for that, priorities were designed, and system persons and the technicians has to respond comparatively faster than they are working on the corrective order. Completely depend on the business functions. If they want to do those things, then they can automate a complete process, from releasing of the order to the processing of the order to the assignment of any technician to the completion of the order and time confirmation of the orders. All these things will be done automatically based on the technician's input. Okay. We will see things one by one. So when we start working on any order, then we need to release that order. Okay. Once we release the order, then only any kind of transaction or any costings can be posted here in the order. If you want to add any task list into the order, then for PM orders, you have to add them manually. When the orders are coming from the maintenance plan and another objects, then in those such cases, the task list will be incorporated automatically.
So first question is, you release it. How should I know like whether this is released or not?
The system status currently is created.
Okay, here TRC.
System status currently is created. Material availability not checked. No material components. Dates are not updated and pre-costed. So this is not released. Once I press the release button, then it will get released.
Oh, okay, here it is.
Okay, but we will not release it currently. So before, when we are doing order operations, at that time, we need to know few things. Okay, we need to know few things, what all details we are going to work out. Just like a technical planner, if you are going to repair any kind of machinery, then you have the few set of operations which you are going to work on the machine. Okay, suppose I'm just typing that cleaning of the machinery is required. And
Oh, so that's the task list, right? So they should come
that is
automatically.
System will not automatically identify the task list for the maintenance orders until it is assigned. Okay, these are the manual creation orders. So when we are creating automatic orders, then only the task list will get automatically added to them. It could be a process of maintenance plan where we decide in the maintenance plan, given the task list, then it gets created, or we have some customized programs or mass creation of the programs. At that time, the task list will automatically get incorporated. Otherwise, you have to manually add the task list for the maintenance orders. It depends on the process. And the task lists are mostly used at the time when we are working on a predefined errors or an actual maintenance. Task list cannot be used, means as per standard process, task list defined for the predefined processes or predefined maintenance. Just for example, you are working on an annual maintenance for a generator. It is neither broken and it is giving complete and correct corrections. But still you are maintaining, having a maintenance on that generator. So to avoid the any mishappening over that generator. So that is a predefined set of tasks you will be performing. But when you are working on any corrective action or when you are working on any breakdown action, so there not be any general task list which is predefined. There cannot be any general task list. So it could be a normal wear and tear, just like a generator. Our generator is not getting started. So we don't have any set where we can define that generator is not starting. So what actions or what kind of task list should be required there. There could be n number of problems with your generator set. Okay, that's why for all the corrective actions and for all the breakdown actions, no task list is needed. However, if you want, you can add them directly. Hope am I clear?
Yeah, but can you go to header data?
Yes.
And it has the equipment, right?
Yes.
Here it is, equipment. Okay, yeah.
This one.
Now suppose this equipment has equipment task list. Okay.
Okay.
So how can I view it from here? Can I view it or import it? Like, okay, I know like there are, see, typically what happens, this equipment has 4-5 problems.
We have a task list selection option, direct entry. You can
Okay.
directly enter it, select selected equipment task list and try to identify that task list.
Okay, got
Okay,
it.
if there is
Okay,
any
thank you.
task list,
Yeah.
then it will be created.
Correct, thank you. So it is extras.
Okay, yeah.
That was in
So
extra, right? Extra
yeah, that's in extra.
task list.
We will go all the things one by one for all the notes because these notes are pretty important. These are the basics because every time you will be working either on the master data notification and most important is the work orders. 90% tickets or the support is required over the work orders. There could be something which is not working correct. Okay. So what we are doing here is now maintenance planner has planned that we are planning means we are in a planning stage and we are thinking that we will be doing these two tasks into the generator set and we will be working and it could take somewhere around 2 hours 4 hours of down 4 hours will take for this corrective action. Okay, and in here they can plan what kind of materials could also be required. 1 minute, let me find out few materials which I will stop.
Since you are here, it will take from the plant or from some store location.
And I also saw something called MARD. So what in the previous screen, I believe. So what exactly is that? What does MARD mean?
That is just a table to identify the materials with the stock. There could be thousands of materials exist in this system, and I have entered into the database table and identified the materials which have the stock as well, which can be consumed, and the costing as well. Okay.
Okay, so that's a table name to store the material details. One of the. Okay.
Now I'm just checking that if the material having the correct cost, so that we have the correct details in the order reflecting. The price is maintained, details is maintained, future price. Actually, I have less knowledge over the materials because this is
so my question that so it doesn't have which store it is. I mean, which store or what you call as law.
Yeah. 1 minute. I'm coming there. Let me just check few things that if the material is usable or not. Fine. Yes, material can be used. So when you are adding any material here in the order, at that time you will get few things into the picture. What is the requirement quantity? What is the unit of measure here? Okay. What is the item category? Again, item category is something which is important. If you are having an item category L, okay, let's discuss about the item category L. This item category is notifying you that stock is currently available within your warehouse, and it could be in your plant and it could be in your any of the storage locations. Okay. The another important one is non-stock item. Okay. Non-stock item is something where you do not have any kind of storage for these non-stock items. For those items, the item category will all automatically comes in the order. And when you consume those items and when you create that line item, then in that position, a system will automatically generate a purchase requisition and purchase order, automatically generated a purchase requisition in the backend, and those will be processed further by your materials management team, team. And once that purchase order is completed, then you will be given a stock item. Then you will be given an item. Okay. So sometimes in your organization, when you require some object for your work, at that time, suppose you require a new laptop for your project, at that time, if it could be there in your own TCS stock, then they can issue it directly using a L stock item. And if they don't have something with them currently in their inventory, then they will talk about the purchase order has been raised and we soon will convert and we will soon provide you from the vendor. Okay. So these are the two things which are being used in our systems for plant maintenance. Okay. Now, this is a special indicator. Sometimes we have some special kind of stock in our system which needs to be used further. So there could be project stock, there could be plant stock, or there could be individual customer stock. Depending on the situation, depending on the process, the stocks were defined. Project stock is the mostly used in plant maintenance. Mostly used stock is project stock. Project stock is used when you have to book or you have to obtain a object from your project. Suppose if you want to have a new laptop assigned from TCS and they want to book the cost for the laptop to your project, okay, or they have some specific laptops from your project, that only need to be assigned to you. Then there can be a special stock indicator which can be used here. And if we use this project stock, then project systems, which is another SAP module, comes into the picture, and they will handle the material resource planning for that material. Someone is saying something? No. Okay. So here comes the storage location and plant. So currently in the system, these number of storage locations are defined, and you can use any one of them depending on the business requirement. So I have taken this as a random storage location. Okay. What I did here is I've just double clicked on this line item. Okay. So whenever you will get into these things, then you will find out the new movement type here. Movement type here defines as what goods movement are you doing. Okay. When you are consuming, please note down every question if you have, and let me complete the next 15 minutes for the order, then you will ask anything. Okay, please do it for next 10 minutes. Let me complete this first. So only two movement types are mostly being used here in SAP plant maintenance inside the service orders, which is 261 and another one is 262 movement type. So what 261 movement type which is used in here is when we are consuming anything and charging anything to the order. Suppose, just for example, customer and generator wire. Okay, suppose now we want, suppose, owner. Suppose if we own a generator and we want to use or consume a new wire to that generator, at that time we will be using 262 movement. And when we are picking something back from the generator, suppose generator is working currently and we have issued a new wire to the system, new wire to the generator, then we are going to use 261 movement type that this wire has been consumed to the generator. And if we are taking any part out of the generator back into our inventory, suppose we have some oil, suppose we have some old wire, it could be an old wire, it could have been some old wire or any new component which was not used, okay, which was not in use at generator, then we can return that stock, return back to the order. Okay, at that time we use 262 movement type. It is not necessary to have you a 262 movement type. There could be different cost for the wire and different cost for the component which we are returning or which is going to, there could also be a scenario that we are going to take a damaged component back to our stock. Okay, so the costing is completely at a different part. I am trying to explain you the movement type what we are going to use here. You do not need to define this movement type. Okay, system will automatically consider those movement types.
Hey, you know, ZaranTech now offers SAP Corporate Training. That's right. Train your workforce in SAP with our comprehensive program. We offer customized courses, certified trainers, and hands-on labs for both individuals and businesses. Our standout features: bespoke training, fully configured servers for practice, in-house materials, and a dedicated LMS. Plus, get session recordings and 24/7 support. From functional to technical modules, we have got it all. Choose ZaranTech for SAP training and watch your team excel. Learn, upskill, succeed with ZaranTech.
Where when we are working in the order, suppose what we are going to do is we are now going to do one more thing here, that -1 quantity. Okay, if we use a -1 quantity, now system will automatically consider this as a 262 movement type. That's something from site is coming back to the warehouse. Okay, so what we are doing right now here is we are going to consume something in the order with 261 movement type, and the new line item with a negative sign indicates you that we are going to return something. So why the process is given for a return? Mostly it was used for such a cases like you have performed a maintenance on a generator set and you have already taken a 5-liter diesel set for your generator and already consumed the cost over the order. You have consumed the cost over the order, and sometimes after some days you found out that this diesel is much more than the required quantity or it requires to take back into the stock. So we are not consuming the complete 5 liters of the diesel into the complete 5 liter diesel onto the generator. So what you will do is you will take back the rest of the item and you can have the negative quantity added in the same order so that the complete cost will be reflected in the order. Okay. Now ask me any question if you have for the component adding and 261 movement type, 262 movement type for this screen.
Can I use 262 even if I have not done 261?
Correct, you can use.
Because sometimes what happens, like
Yes.
additional, we can do it. Okay.
Yes, I understand that you can freely use the 262 movement type.
Okay.
Okay. So this is another field batch. Okay. Some materials could be batch managed. See, most of the pharma sectors and some other sectors use batch managed materials. Okay. For those cases and for those scenarios, SAP has given you a field batch. If the material is batch managed, then this field will be mandatory for you to enter the batches. Batches are created, changed, and managed completely by SAP MMT. Okay.
Then what about serially track item?
Serial tracked item will ask you the serial number at the time when you consuming the goods.
Okay, not here. Okay.
Not here. Okay. This is we are doing currently. We are planning. We have not done anything. We have not consumed anything. Keep this in mind. We are just planning. We have not done any case. Means we have not consumed anything. Currently at this stage, we are just planning.
Only planning. Okay.
Okay. We are just planning at the stage, like before sending to the technician, what could be the operations, what could be the materials is required. Okay. This is going to be our planned cost. Okay. This will be our planned cost, estimated cost. This is not the actual cost. Partners, if we have any partners maintained in the equipment or the notification, they will automatically start coming here. Here, if someone wants more object details, then the object details, asset details will be made available here. What is the serial number? What is the material number? And if someone wants to have more materials or more assets added here, suppose there is a saying that order can be created for one equipment at a time. If you want to have one order for multiple equipment, then you can add more number of equipments here. Okay. That is an additional functionality, very additional functionality used by none of the projects. I have not seen any of the project doing this. Okay. Sometimes it is required to be used like when your technician has went to the site for working on one generator and found out that the another generator has been closed on the same stage, then they can do those things on the same order. They can add the different equipment number and the processing will get started. Okay. Additional data tab. This data tab is completely for different work like having the details. What is the company code, controlling area, cost center, functional area. Suppose you have pictures or you have project system into the picture and this asset has some WBS elements assigned work breakdown structure, full form for WBS element, then that will come into the picture. Completely managed by PS modules. And again, this is a PS module field here. Like these are the cost settlement areas. Okay. If you want some cost to be settled on some network operation, network orders, then those network orders can be provided here. So this is the complete common location field. This is the planning tab.
Can you go back there? Sorry. Cost.
Which cost?
Yeah, cost.
Okay.
No, the last tab you showed some
additional data.
Additional data. What is that object class? Oh, cost. This will drive something?
I'm not aware about this thing. Object class, it is automatically defined for order. This is the controlling of FICO object automatically assigned from the controlling area. Getting automatically assigned from the controlling area. So okay, this is the kind of difference.
Okay, leave it. So this responsible cost center will drive we have company code and this is responsible cost center will be the cost center or which cost center will go?
I will come onto that place when we are working on settlement tool. We will come onto that.
Sure.
Okay. So this is a planning screen. So what we are going to do in the planning screen, if the order has been generated from a maintenance plan, then all those maintenance plan will appear here. If you have any task list added in your system, then The task list details will come here. And if there is no task list, then it will show you empty control area. Control area is something different from where the planning cost and actual cost are being calculated and being shown into the order. These are defined by our FICO team, okay? And these are defined and assigned by us as a functional consultant. We are going to define these PM01 keys in our system, and from there, we will these will be coming into the order. If these keys are not assigned and the costing sheet is not available, costing sheet is usually generated in the sense to identify which are the costs, means like a cost bifurcation. Suppose we have a labor cost and we have material cost. So every cost has a different cost element, different cost centers, and all those cost centers are clubbed in a bifurcated manner. Suppose the labor cost can have a GL number 0 to 10. Materials can have a cost center and a GL element of 11 to 20. So these kind of costing sheets are maintained. We will see once in a once in the configuration for the costing sheet and these variants. Again, these parameters are coming directly from the configuration and they have no use in here. However, they are very useful in the identification of the cost. Okay. So the cost element which has been used for the labor cost is this cost element, and the cost element for materials is used as a this cost element. Okay. So they both are different. Now the question lies where the cost will go and how the cost will go. I have clicked on this profile settlement tool. Okay. We usually create settlement with default. Okay. So what happens when we created things with default? Cost center settlement has been created in here. Automatic cost center settlement. This is also known as COPA settlement, and this is the settlement receiver. This is the settlement receiver. Whatever the cost you will incur into the order, this will move to this settlement receiver. This is something which we have maintained in the asset at the account assignment category.
That is work center, I believe.
Work center, we have maintained both in
Cost center.
so in the work center, we have maintained this cost center. However, we have maintained the same. And this is the cost center. This is the cost center where all our costs are going to be settled. Book, ledger, okay, all those things. And in work center, what we have done here, we have provided the cost center to calculate the cost from, okay. All the activity cost, labor cost is going to be settled or means it's going to be added or identified from this cost center, okay. And the cost, final cost, suppose we have got $3 of bill over this work order. Okay. However, the bill is not going to any customer. Bill is something which we have already spent in our own organization to maintain the cost, to maintain our machineries, and those maintenance machinery bill will come under this head. So there are basic heads defined in the business at the start. So those are the cost centers, cost elements. Okay. You have to remember that whatever is mentioned inside the account assignment is going to be the cost receiver or the settlement receiver. The cost will move to those cost centers upon confirmation. Okay. There could be number of settlement areas and there could be number of various settlement types here. But in our most of our system, we use cost center. And if there was WBS in picture is for when you have project system allocated and there was a WBS assigned, into that object, into equipment, then we will be getting a WBS settlement automatically. Okay. If there is a settlement order or a finance order, a standard order, they are also known as a standard orders. Those orders were assigned or those orders were created to settle the financial cost on. Then those orders will be used here. Okay. And there is one more category which is not configured is NWA, network activity. That is again depending on the network orders. Okay. Hope you get until here. I know this is going to be very difficult for you to understand that in one day. Next 2 days, we are only going to practice on the work orders and we will be working on various scenarios. You only will be working on various scenarios to get the orders settled and done everything. But did you have any questions until here?
Yeah, so settlement is still not done, but if it is done, this will be the cost center against which the settlement will be done, right? I mean, we have not done the actual as of now.
Correct. There is a completely different, Correct. We do not do settlement. Plant maintenance is not responsible. Plant maintenance is not responsible for doing any kind of settlement. Okay.
So that is one question. And where we can see the actual accounting then?
So that I will try to identify. That I will try to identify into the orders, but that completely comes under the finance control. Okay. We can show you how into the orders, you can see if this is settled or not. That we will show you completely. Whatever the things are into the order, that we will show you. Okay. So suppose if you want to settle few costs in this cost center, then you can settle few costs in here, and you can add some more settlement receivers and bifurcate the cost. But that is not used anywhere. However, this is considerably made 100% of the cost will move to the settlement receiver. So what is this activity full and PER? What do you understand for this? Full and PER. The full form of PER is periodic. Any thoughts for this settlement type?
Yeah, full means a single go and periodic maybe percentage every period it will go, right?
Correct. But why we are using both in the sense? Why we are using both?
Maybe is it paid based on financial quarters, something like that?
What this is based on a financial quarters, but as the earlier person answered correctly, that full settlement can also be done and periodic settlement can also be done. So that is why we are using both the settlement profiles in the order, because no one knows that something which is settled in some orders we are using in June, and some companies use monthly settlements and some use yearly settlements. So in such a cases, June settlement has been done. The costs which have been incurred in June already booked to the to the settlement receiver, and the costs which will be coming in July. Some maintenance go and take more than 30-40 days. So in such a cases, we are using two kinds of settlement type and assign both as per standard practice. Okay. You can choose to assign one as well. They are not going to impact any time until the final settlement has been completed and order is closed. Okay, so I have created the order. We have operations, we have components, we have cost. I will now ask you all guys to just create your own orders and try to find out few errors, explore new options over the here. Do not release the order, because once order has been released, most of the things cannot be changed. You can change operations, you can change components, but most of the things may not be changed or reverse. Okay, I mean, if you would not like to create orders, then we can go ahead as well. So you would like to create orders.
What was that? How to PM0 and what is that?
That I will tell you. Means I was just asking if you all would like to create orders, or should I go further with the training? Because yesterday I was asked to go for practice as well. Transaction for creating orders, IW31 for create, IW32 for change, IW33 for display. Suggest you to create notification as well and go from notification, and you can also try it from order. Means you can also create back notification from the order.
Why work center is not defaulting automatically?
If it is not maintained in the asset, it will not.
I think I maintained it. Let me check.
Check it again. I know, please share your screen as well if you are okay.
No, breakdown is not correct.
Sorry?
I created breakdown in future, so I'm just correcting it.
Okay.
And this control key also needs to populate manually. It should, I think in your case, it came automatically, right?
Please share your screen. Let's see how you have created the order.
I'm still saving it.
Okay.
So I don't know why this is not, because I've given everywhere, but this was not populated, so I populated manually anyway.
Save it and create another order.
And then this, I was talking about this. This, I think PM01 should come automatically, right?
Okay.
It was not coming up.
I know what error you have done. Save it, I will tell you. Okay. So in here, when you get into this screen, what details you have entered?
PM01 equipment.
Okay, you have entered the equipment number?
Yeah.
Okay, do it again.
Yeah, this one. It's coming.
Okay, press enter. This is the object information key. That description is showing that this order is all, there is another order exists for this. So in such a case, maintenance work center does not came. Okay, scroll down, click on the asset, click on the equipment, and go to the equipment, and you will find out that these details are not maintained in the equipment.
Okay.
Work center is not maintained in the equipment. Not from here, just double click on the equipment. It will take you to the equipment hyperlink. Okay, first you need to fill out. Mandatory fields need to be entered.
This is also mandatory. Okay. So question was like why it is not come. Now what you are saying, go to equipment, right?
Just go to equipment /N A02, I for India, E for elephant. Okay. Yeah. Now go to the organization data. Okay. Scroll.
So this is cost center.
Okay. See, we have not given the maintenance work
No,
center.
no, I thought I have given.
No worries. It's okay. Fine. To narrow down the filter, you should use work center category as 0005. 0005 is all the plant maintenance work center you will only get.
Okay. 0005
Okay.
is settled.
Yeah.
Yeah, this 000.
Yes. This is used to narrow down the filters. Because when you are working on your original systems, then you will be getting thousands or lakhs of work centers, which will not even able to replicate on the same.
So you
screen.
said work center category, right?
Correct. 0005. So any successes or any errors for another person's, any error for the order creation? Have you created some orders?
Trying to create one. I'll just share my screen. So one thing I observed.
Yes.
So when I'm trying to put these material, right? For example, if I search this,
Okay.
if I put something here, right? So it's not coming up. Some transaction, something is happening, and then it's coming back to this.
Because there is no such material exist with the same and the exact notation. Okay. This is a text type. This is a text item. Okay. If you want to identify any such material in such a way, then you should be using asterisk signs. Okay. In such a way, just saying you in the chat on star. Only did this because there's star from star has highlighted something different. Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
Something, Rahul, whenever in SAP you save it, actually it save and closes that form, right? You go back to your initial screen. Very weird.
Yes.
So, my expert is keep on saving it after do data entry and then it goes back. So you just need to open it again.
Yes.
Yeah. What is the logic behind that? So basically, we want to keep that record open, right? Maybe I want to make some other updates.
So you can update all those records and click on save at the last. Okay. It is not necessary. And whenever you close down your session, suppose if you are using RDP systems or when you are using client VDIs, in such situations, you will never lose your half opened order as well. So SAP is designed in such a way that if you are using any VDI and your session is broken, okay, you have your session broken and in the meanwhile you are adding an order. So it will be half added until 24 hours. When you click on save, then it will take all the data to the database tables and you will have to come out of the screen. The logic behind this phase is that when the data is being entered into the tables, then a log entry will get generated. Okay, suppose there are two people in this chat and they both cannot work on the same order at the same time. Okay, if you are working on one order, suppose X order number, and someone else trying to change that order at the same time, it will not allow. It will give you a message that that some person is using this order. Even along with the person's name. Okay.
So whoever has opened the record first will have a lock on that object, right?
Correct.
On that order, for example.
Correct. So only PM09 ID has created two orders.
But the other person can view, right? If he wants to view the information, the other person can still open the same order and view it.
Okay. Yes. See.
Okay.
Suppose I've made this notification open in this screen. Okay. And now I will make this notification open in again a screen. System will identify this as lock. So this notification is logged by me as ZSAP_PM_0. That is my ID. Okay.
Okay.
It will happen for both.
Something I didn't find logical. I'll share you one more time my screen.
Okay. You all are creating some orders?
Yeah, I've already created. Okay, and this is the material that I'm using, right? So why it is asking me what is the unit of measure? Ideally it should pull automatically from the material master. Okay, I should.
There could be a material missing. There could be a details missing in the material master. That could be the reason.
Okay,
that's
so
why
that
I
is
choose
fine.
It. That's
okay. Maybe I thought a different reason. Like I need each, and stock is like a dozen, so it is okay. But what about this category? What I see? Okay, this non-stock item we define at a master level, right? So why
it is asking you because this material is not fully maintained.
Okay, that's why.
Okay, that's why it is maintained. That's why I checked in a different table MARD which material to use. If some material has a stock in the system, and then it must be maintained correctly.
And how you go to that query table screen?
SE16N. S for sun, E for elephant, 16N.
16N. Okay.
And the table name is MARD.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
But Paresh, can you not search from here? Can you not do a search?
Yeah, I mean, see, first of all, like we have view item availability, right, in Maximo. So Maximo is very different and very easy. But here,
we have that class.
See, this question was asked Surendra, one of my user, and I said, boss, in real practice, you don't, see the item and put it like, okay, I want to use it. Just because you are testing it, you are doing that way. Otherwise, in real world, like, okay, I need a bearing or I need this thing, and I will select the component irrespective of whether it is on hand is there or not, right? So so actually view item availability is not needed, okay, but in Maximo it is there, so we are used to it. So
but
here actually
can you not search for a stock item? Yeah, can you not search for a stock item here?
You can search with the plant and all, right? 17101 things like that.
So
like a stock.
All you can search.
No, we cannot search for, say, only stock. Show me the stock item list. That L value items.
Filter might be there, right? That filter is having additional field, right?
Yeah, click on that. Yeah.
So there are various way, like old item number. Okay, then I saw it like material by bill of material also. Like if you have maintained a bill of material, you can search it from bill of material. This is a better way actually if you have maintained it. Then based on description, based on based on hand and all that, I think, or based on like a store, what items are there, we don't have access to it, looks like.
Yeah, at least we cannot search for the, by L or, right? Even that is not there. Okay.
I don't see that, yeah. So for me, if I'm going to a store, it should be L only, right? It should not be non-stock. Non-stock is just you are looking into master. So if it is already there in a store, which means it is L only.
Correct, yeah.
Item only.
So every time we create an order, a notification is created?
Depends on the configuration. If it is made mandatory, then yes.
Okay.
And there is one more catch here. And just in this situation, suppose if there was any mandatory field into the notification, then in those such cases, when you are creating notification from the orders, you have to go to the notification from the same screen and add that mandatory field, data in that mandatory field. Otherwise, you will not able to save the order.
So will it show an error? Because right now I just saved my order and the notification was automatically created.
Correct. Yes. When you are trying to when you're trying to save the order, most importantly, priority field is given as an important aspect. Okay, which is not copied back to notification from order. In these cases, you will usually get an error message saying that field priority must be filled. It will not tell you or not inform you that where that field priority is. You will have to go to the notification and then update that field.
Okay.
Why other people has not created the order? Only 3 people has created the order, 9, 7, and 2.
Have created order. So this notification also will get automatically closed along with the work order, or it has to be separately acted upon?
Once you try to close the work order, then in those cases, notification will also get closed. But it does not work vice versa. If notification is closed, the order will not.
So where is that control been in the sense? Is it on that order type itself that notification is required and it's like that?
Sorry, what?
No, whether notification has to be created, right? Is that controlled through that? Is it defined in that order type, or where is that defined? Whether notification
in the configuration.
Required?
In the configuration.
Which configuration? In the sense, is it on the system configuration or in that order type, or where? Is it something that controlled by us? Or?
Yeah, it is controlled in the SPRO configuration here.
Yeah.
Assign notification types to the order types, and if something is assigned, then if an order is created, then notification will also be get created. We will see that in order configuration when we work on this. Okay. Creation, or you are creating, or further team is creating orders, or shall I move further? Or only these orders were created by you guys, 9, 7, and 2.
I think we can move on. Might be others in the process of creating. If any questions, people, you can ask or seek help. Otherwise, yeah.
Okay, see, now we have the things planned completely. Now what we can do further is, there is a completely new different module for this SAP MRS, Material Resource and Scheduling. However, the planning of component and operations are done there, but initial process you can also assign things here. If you want, you can assign or create a requirement profile that what kind of qualification is required here for the maintenance. This has created something in configuration. So this is not configured. This is coming from MRS only. If you have to assign the technician, then you can enter the details here. Yes, see, we have maintained these two technicians in the work center. It has copied those two results and provided to us. If you want, we can assign those things here. If you have any additional person or additional group you want to assign, you can again assign those things, those persons. Like one is taking only from this currently only taking from the work center. If we do not assign in the work center, then it will give you a whole list to work on. External data is used at the time when we are working on any external labor, or we have requested some external labor to work upon our machine. Like sometimes we hired some external person to repair our machinery, then this data will be filled along with the purchase data. For this, adding another resources that I will do later, that I need to check into the work center and change all the details. This is the enhancement tab given for customization. If you want, or if someone wants to add new fields here, then these details can be added in a new screen.
Yeah, so here my question, so you cannot add a custom screen in general or internal or other tab, right?
No.
Okay.
In those tabs, you can add things here that is quite risky, but this is a completely given tab.
Got it. So basically, everywhere when we see general or internal tab, mostly it is out of the box. Okay, whatever enhancement or change in the screen is done, it will be on the enhancement tab only.
Correct.
We can add additional tabs as well. Is it like apart from enhancement?
Yes, you can add you can add new tabs as well.
Okay.
But that requires so much cost to business. So let's come to the control keys, PM01, PM02, and PM03. These are the three keys which are going to be used in here. 1 minute, I have to take this. No, I don't have to. So what all the things is operation order can do. If PM01 is defined, then system can do scheduling, delete capacity requirements, print confirmation, print cost. Confirmations, time confirmations are required or not. So this is going to be always true for all the processes. This is known as external processing, like PM01, PM02, and PM03, order types, or the control keys. Like if we add it here, then it will become same as PM02. Okay, we use externally processed operations here. We will add confirmations required, print time tickets, print confirmation, print, and all those things. What is the major difference here is for PM03, we are taking any service into our system. PM02, we can procure material, we can procure external labor as well. But at some moment, we need to deal with any kind of service, then we use PM03. We have some predefined services, or we can create a new service into the picture. Transaction is AC01. It's AC01. Okay. So this will give you this screen. And if you want to define any particular service which need to be procured from outside, and then we will be using PM03 kind of key. Okay. This is mostly used for customer service module, likely or sometimes only used in plant maintenance. This is the only 3 things or 4 things you need to maintain along with the valuation class, nothing else. There is no such data which need to be maintained. This is popular with the cases like in customer services, like when you sold something, you are just a seller. Okay, you are a trader and you have sold a product from, and whenever a complaint comes to you, you will redirect team to work on that complaint. On those systems, we use PM03 keys. Okay. In those cases, the keys will work in such a manner that the service is completed over the period of on the asset, and then the working process will work. Working process will be completed. Okay. So for our systems, we will first read out for 2 things, or focus on 2 things like SM PM01 and PM02. In usual system, you can only open up to 5 screens. We have opened a number of screens here. So let's discuss about the order flow. So how the flow works is, We go with the notification, then go with the order. Once the order is created, the order is released. Then we go for the time confirmation. Sorry. Later, time confirmation done, goods consumed, technical completion done. This is the standard process. Transactions involved, IW31, 32, 33. 32 work started, same transaction, time confirmation, IW41, go, same IW32, AO88, AO88G, IW32. Okay. So once everything is assigned complete, then we will release the order. Before releasing the order, we must have the settlement rule created here. Once we have the settlement rule created, then only we can move further. Okay. Now we will save the order. In some cases, you want to redetermine the cost, then you can use this cost calculator. If there is any error in the order, or something is not working in a good manner, then you will get CSER error, costing error. Okay. In such a cases, you can go to the logs and find out what kind of error is coming. It could be scheduling, it could be cost determination, it could be material availability, stock not available, PRT error, release completion error, and any such errors. Then the log will be available in the given scenario. Okay. This is just a check. This is a APO check missing here. So this is not configured. This is going to be configured by APO, and we can also configure. This is for completion of the order. This is for settlement. This is for document flow. This is now becoming important when we are working in the orders. So we have a preceding document notification. From the notification, we have moved to the maintenance order. And once we move to the different objects, then the different line items will start getting added here. These are the different functions as well. If you have done completion, then this is button for the cancellation of that completion. This is for the completion of the business completion, cancellation of business completion. This is do not execute, and this is quotation. This is not for plant maintenance. This is for customer services. Okay.
What is the difference between technically completed and this business complete? Like which is done first, which is done later?
Technically completion is done first, as I shown here. Technical completion. Technical completion indicates that technical work has been completed. Technician work has been completed. Okay. Business completion is done after the cost has been settled to the cost settlement receivers.
Okay, so the one that you wrote at the last, business closure, that is this one, complete business. Okay, got it.
Correct. This button is something which will show you all those items which were deleted. Suppose if I delete this operation right now, save it, and if I want to see what has been deleted, if there is only one operation, what was the operation which has been deleted? So it will provide you the details that this operation has been deleted. Okay. If you want to see who has deleted this operation, then you can select this, go to the operation status, deletion indicator, hover on this, go to select extras. So the change documents is not activated yet. I will activate the change document. Change documents are not stored for these orders as of now. I will have to activate. And just like other objects, here you can see the changes against the order. These many changes has been performed on the order after the first save. Here you cannot find that the operation has been deleted. Okay, until here we have released the order,
which is related to utility only. So when we plan an order, we also take permit and lockout. I don't know how it is covered.
Yeah, even I had the same question.
Sorry, how you went there?
There is a button here. You can assign the permit, provide the details that we will cover. Means I will run a test case tonight and cover all the data. Then we will discuss on the permits. Okay.
Okay. You have separate permit module. Huh?
No, not as such a permit module. It is done under the plant maintenance only, and some part is done come along with the project planning, production planning. Okay.
And what about lockout, tagout? This is permit.
Now the order is released, so I cannot add permit here in this order. You have added some orders. Okay.
Your table is correct?
The table is correct. I have taken a wrong parameter.
It will be contains, right?
Entered by.
No, it will always be entered by.
No, there is no permit as of now. We need to create it, and then probably you can use it. So typically it comes via interface. I just wanted to know where is that.
I will check.
Okay, no problem.
provide you the details to me. Okay.
Can you show like how we can search for this? I mean, when you go out of the screen, how do we come to this specific order from the you have
From this?
IW?
Yeah, from this screen or from someone else's screen?
No, from you have IW 39, right? From IW39, can you please show how we can come to a specific? I was trying
we can
something.
come to a specific order.
A specific order or any such. It is mandating to enter something for the select profile when I was trying.
Okay.
Yeah, PM01, and so with that it was throwing me an error. Can I share my screen? Show you?
Yes.
Okay, let me minimize this. You can see, right?
Yes.
So when I'm executing it, he's going to this and asking me to enter something here.
No, it is not asking you anything.
But
It is just hovering and the program is running.
Oh, it's running.
You remove the dates, remove the period, remove the dates.
Oh, it says no object was selected.
Yeah, remove the dates and run. Now run.
Oh,
Okay.
there should be many, right? It just gave only one directly to
back.
here.
You have used some filter.
Okay, I probably put a user filter then. Okay, back is this one.
All.
Oh yeah, I put this here. Okay.
Okay.
So because there is only one, it came directly to that. But if it was more than one, then probably it will show me a list, right?
Correct.
Okay, got it. Okay, thanks.
Okay.